What's up everyone, welcome back to another video, and on this episode we are getting stuck back into the VL. It's assembly time now, everything's painted, so if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos and you're interested to see this car from what it was to what it is now, go back and check those out. Thanks to all the new subscribers, everyone that's jumped on, it's much appreciated. So basically where we're at with this car, everything is painted as I said. We've got a bunch of all the moulds, door moulds, they've all got to be glued on. Back bar's got to go on, all the moulds. Boot lid's on. It's basically all the moulds that have to go on the car now, and the bumpers. So today we're going to kick it off. I'm going to get into this front end and try and get majority of that assembled. So I've got the old front bar here. So the old dirty bar reo is going to come off. I'm going to clean that up, tartar up with a bit of black, and assemble all the front bar onto the Rio. I've also got these little side bumper irons that go under there, so they're going to get tarted up, put on as well, get all that on, and then we can put the front bar on, and headlights, grill, all that kind of thing. So let's get into it. Alright, so if you're doing a VL and you're wanting to pull your guards off, and you've taken all the bolts out under the bonnet there, you've taken the one out underneath here on the sill, and it's still not coming off, it's actually because Holden thought it was a real great idea to go and put two more bolts on the inside here. So one there and one there. So don't forget those two as well, and the guards will come off and on. Alright, so I've got the old bar here. I'm going to flip her over and pull this Rio off. So all I'm going to be taking out is all these little bolts here, and that bar will come off that Rio. So I've given the bar ends a quick tidy up, let them dry off. So now I'll whip this off, clean it a bit, and then we'll blacken them up and start assembling the bar. Alright, so when you're changing your bar, you've got two options. So these little plastic pieces, it's hard to do it one-handed. These plastic pieces come out of this bracket, okay? And where they go is these bumper irons that I've cleaned up. So these two bolts here bolt to two holes that are in your engine bay, and they bolt there like that. So that round hole there is where this bolts onto, right, like that. So that's where that bolts to. So your two options for assembling your bar on your car, pulling it on and off, you can undo the screw and leave this plastic piece in this bracket, or you can slide your bar on and off and leave this bolted to this. I find this way is easier. Fuck me, of course the compressor's got to go on as I'm trying to talk. So I find this way easier. That way, as long as that's in the right spot, you can put your bar in, slide your bar ends in to your rails, and then once this lines up, you just jam the one bolt in. If this is on this, bolted to the car, it still can be done. It's not impossible. But it can be a pain in the ass to slide this, you know, inside these little lines. But it's personal preference. I've done it both ways. I tend to think this way's easier, but yeah. I'd probably recommend going this way other than sliding the bar in, because if you don't line it up properly, the bar ends up sliding up and down the side of the car there, and you can make a mess of it. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull them out, place them in the new bar, bolt these on, slide the bar in, and then I've just got to put the bolt in there and we're done. Alright, so the brackets are cleaned up, bolted on. I wish I had new bolts there, but hey, you can't have everything, can you? But I've blacked them all up, cleaned them up, bolted them on, same as this one here. So that one's on too. The Rio I've cleaned up as well, and I've sat that on the bar now. I'm just about to bolt her in. So 6 little bolts, and that's going to be bolted up. Then I'll take these bolts and clips out of here, and I'll be able to put the corners on and the bar can go on. Let's get into it. Alright, so the bar's all on. I didn't film putting the bar on because it's putting a bumper bar on, but it's all on now. I'm pretty happy with how it's sitting. So I'll keep going along now. I'll throw probably start throwing the headlights in it, because if I put the nose cone on and all the top moulds, you can't get the headlights in these. So headlights will go in. I'll put the nose cone on, and then we'll be able to put the moulds that sit on the top of the bumper on. So it's starting to look like a car, even just with the bar on it. So let's keep going. So Dickhead of the Year award goes to me. I had the camera set up and was filming putting the headlights in, the nose cone, all the moulds, doing all that. Done some talking, done some other work to the car. Then I've continued working on the car, and then I've just rewatched the footage and it's all fucked. So I obviously didn't have the microphone clipped in properly, or it wasn't sitting in the right spot in my phone, and I sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks fucking talking. So that's all going in the bin. So that's all wasted footage. So I guess now I just turn the camera around and show you where I'm up to with the car and what we're doing next. So let's have a look at her. Alright, so there she is with all the front on. It's obviously late in the day, so I apologise about the lighting. But we're starting to look like a car again. So front bar's on, all the moulds, headlights, nose cone, everything's on. Bonnet's on, it's all adjusted. Go to the bonnet cable here. Nice and easy. Beautiful. So I've done that, and I've also put the rear bar on the car and all the mouldings. They're all buttoned up, all done. So where I'm basically up to, I'm going to order the tail lights for this car. I need to paint the eyebrows and the boot moulding. I need to paint the Opera House window trims, which are not these ones because these are broken, but I've got everything basically laid out on my little stand here, so I need to paint these. I've got one of the eyebrows here, the other one's over in the back of the car, but you know what they are. I need to paint the garnish, so I'm going to pull this Commodore badge off this because I don't want it on there. I think they look shit. I've cleaned all the back of it up. This is a second-hand garnish, obviously. It's not brand new, so I need to clean that up. So all these parts will be going satin black, So I'll be painting them in a base coat black with a satin clear on the top, same as all these door frames. So I'll be freshening all these up. So we haven't got a whole lot left. It's basically, as I said, the tail lights, paint the tail light molds, paint these door frames. Mirrors I'm not going to paint. I'm just going to leave them the raw plastic, same as the window molds. And I've got to paint the door handles. So normally from the factory, these were just tarted up with basically like a GMH black. You can basically rub straight through that with Scotch Brite. They were never painted to last. That's why they're always rubbed through and shit like that. So that's basically all that's left. You may have noticed my little end cap down there. I've done a bit of a little thing that I like, so I've given that a polish up because it's something that I've done on all my VLs. I just like it. The owner likes it too. I've showed him, ran it by him, but yeah, polish that up. I think it just ties in well once I put the belt molds on, and you've got that nice little chrome strip that sort of ties into all that. So that's where we're at with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prep all that stuff to paint now, and then we're going to get it all painted, and we're going to continue on putting this car together. Alright, so that's probably, the video is probably getting too long now, so I might pull the pin on it there, and I'll upload this so you guys can watch it. Those of you that enjoy these videos on the VL and staying up to date with what I'm doing in here, I'll upload this. But while this is uploaded, I'll be prepping all them parts to paint. I'll film all that, and I'll make sure the microphone isn't fucked. So once all that's painted, then I'll film putting door handles in. And if there's anyone that's watching that's got a VL and you're unsure how to put the door handles in, or I'll film it all. All right, there is a bit of a trick to putting them in, so I can film all that. But obviously, it's the same with anything when you're putting freshly painted things together. You got to be bloody careful. So, but there is a bit of a knack to putting the handles in. Some people probably know how to do it. Those of you that don't will probably appreciate the video. So, yeah, I'll leave the video at that. Stop rambling on. I'll continue working on, and I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.